Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everybody and welcome back to Geoguessr. Doing just New York today. Now for those of you who don't know, that is where I am. I'm in New York, not necessarily New York, I'm on Long Island. But we're doing the entire New York map today. And we'll see what we can figure out. Now, I am fully expecting to probably get like 20,000. We got a 212 area code right here, as you can see. We do have the NYPD thing right here, so we do have to be somewhere near New York City. We could be pretty much anywhere, if I'm being completely honest. Now, this is definitely going to be closer to the city. I can tell you for a goddamn fact, we are probably not on Long Island, and we are probably not upstate. So we do have Queens, Brooklyn, Harlem, 5 Points. You could probably say Staten Island, but definitely closer to New York City. So usually on the fire department, you get someone closer, but we got to be near New York City. So we're probably in one of the suburbs of the city itself. Now, I don't think I'm going to find too much information that's going to really sell us on a particular location, but we have a general idea. Broad Street. This feels to me like Queens or Brooklyn. It really does. Now, I could be wrong. We could be, yeah, let's go in. So here's Queens, here's Brooklyn, here's Manhattan. We could be in the Bronx, Yonkers, New Rochelle. So definitely probably a part of. Now, here's the real question. How close do we have to be? There's the city. The city is north of us, it looks like. Which does lead credibility that we're probably in Brooklyn. So, let's go over here. And it was actually Staten Island. Oh, wow. That is a terrible grading system. I got 66 points, and I was 7 miles away. Wow. That's a terrible system. What the fuck? I was expecting it to be a little bit more lenient than that. 7 miles, and I'm getting 66 points? Craig Avenue, Wood Avenue. So that was Staten Island, which, part of New York, is one of the 5 boroughs. And remember, all of these are going to be New York. This one could be, again, another suburb. But we got to figure it out. Because, holy shit. 7 miles is 66 points. That means all it's going to take is one mess up and we're back in the game. Taste of a Good Life, specializing in cakes. 718, I'm pretty sure, is close to upstate New York. South Shore. I don't think we're on the South Shore, because I know where the South Shore is, and it doesn't have a 718 area code. Gosh. 718 area code. God damn it. God damn it. Alright. Now that's the issue. Is since I know so much about New York, I want to go by numbers. I want to go by everything like that. Where's that from? I can't even see it. But that 718 area code, I'm not too familiar with. So that's where the issue with me is. Now, real estate, residential, Herman, New York City. I don't think this is New York City. It could be. Don't get me wrong, it could be. Pawn shop, 718 Cash Dog, 5 minutes, Amboy Road, Custom Kitchen, Cabinetry, New York City. So the fact that they're doing NYCs, maybe we could be on the South Shore by Brooklyn. But I'm not necessarily too positive about that. Now, you don't really hear too much about bagel places outside of New York. That's mainly, it's New York style pizza, New York style bagels. That's what you're looking for. Family law, wills, real estate, nothing there. Gosh. I'm probably looking in the wrong place. And the fact that I'm from New York, I am I am being terrible to this. Another engine company that probably has a plaque that tells you where you are. And 7 miles for 66 points, man. So you gotta be like really good. You gotta be really good about where you guess. Now so far I haven't recognized where we are. That could change. What does this say? Never heard of it. Alright, South Shore. Is it gonna only be Staten Island? If it's only Staten Island, I'm gonna be pretty pissed off. Because I know nothing about Staten Island. This feels more like a suburb. This feels more like I would probably know where it is. If this is Staten Island, man, I'm gonna be pissed off. We have such a large section available to us. New York State is pretty large, and so far two of the locations, Point Richmond, 2 of the locations have been Staten Island. Point Richmond's familiar. I'm not too sure about where it is, but it looks like another New York City thing. And I gotta say, if we're in fucking Staten Island again, I'm gonna be pissed off. Because I'm playing a map for New York that's apparently got 500 locations. And if we're getting 3 of those locations on Staten Island, which is only about 6 miles across, so it's a rather small island. If that's where most of our locations are gonna be, then why don't you just fucking call it Staten Island? Why call it what it's not? Let's see. Something bridges. So, leading credibility that we're going to be on Staten Island again. And that's not cool. I don't like that. Give me fucking the variety I thought I was getting. Richmond County. Doesn't help us. It doesn't help us. And if this is fucking... God, if this is Staten Island, I'm not going to be happy about it. Because I'm fully expecting to play Long Island, upstate New York, you know, different locations. This doesn't feel like Staten Island. It really doesn't. I could be wrong. Clearly, I've proven that I've been wrong before. Now, again, I know nothing about Staten Island, right? My roommate in, I think it was sophomore year, was from Staten Island. That's the extent of Staten Island that I got. So, yeah. We got Staten Island again. God. Don't know anything about this place either. If everything is Staten Island, I'm going to be pretty pissed off. Huguenot Avenue, Staten Island. I'm just looking real quick. I'm not happy about this. I'm really not. I was fully expecting a lot more variety. God. So 3 for 3 Staten Island in a New York map. I just want to point out, New York is a lot more than Staten Island. And if this is another Staten Island location, I'm going to apologize. We got a 718 area code, which already showed us once that it's Staten Island. So we got Staten Island, Brooklyn, or New York City. 718, Staten Island. So that's something that we just learned. How the fuck did we get a New York map and get four Staten Island locations? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. How? God. Yeah, Staten Island CrossFit. So we're on Staten Island again. Again! Just call it a Staten Island map. Don't call it New York, call it Staten Island. Seriously. I'm getting angry. I'm getting frustrated. It's Staten Island. I'm just gonna guess the middle of Staten Island. What a fucking surprise. Is the last one gonna be Staten Island? Because this is not what I wanted. I know I'm gonna lose this, and I know I'm from New York. I'm fully committed to this. But if we're gonna have 347, that's New York City. If we're gonna have 5 fucking Staten Island locations on a map called New York, which is a very large state, that's not okay. And maybe yo, come on. The area code 347 is around New York City. This doesn't look like New York City. If we're in fucking Staten Island again, it's not. There's a post office in here. Can I go in here? I can. All right. Let's see if we can find the post office. We found it. Doesn't say anything on the. It just says United States Post Office. There's nothing else to it. Let's see. Does this Taekwondo 718? We're in Staten Island again. We had 5 locations in a map about New York. 5 locations all in Staten Island. That to me is not okay. Dude, just call it Staten Island and be done with it. Don't call it New York when you're only gonna put in Staten Island. Okay, so the extent of my Staten Island is driving on 278. That's my extent on Staten Island. I've never gotten off of 278. This island is about 6 miles that way and like 10 miles that way. It's a small island. How do you have over 500 hand-picked locations? Over 500. And every single one of them comes from Staten Island. Look how big the rest of the state is compared to that little tiny fucking speck. How do you do that? How? How the fuck do you get away with that? Did we really just get a really shitty seed? Is that what is going on? Is that really the problem that we're facing? Or should you just fucking call your map Staten Island? Just call it Staten Island. That's all you gotta fucking do. This is that's actually probably 278. No, that's probably 440. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with it. Every single one of those locations was Staten Island. I'm sorry. That's not how I wanted this game to go. We'll check the full results. We'll see what we can figure out. But I'm serious. That's not how I wanted this game to go. And I can't see my mouse, so I don't know where the cursor is. Found it. Wolf Tracker came in first place. Jay Philly came in second place, and I came in third. It says New York, and it was Staten Island. And I'm very upset about that. So I do apologize. I'm gonna attempt to find a map that actually is what I want, because when I read a map that says New York and then goes on to say, hey, you know, it's everywhere in New York, over 500 locations, and then I get 5 on fucking Staten Island, either 1, I'm very unlucky, or 2, there's 500 locations in fucking Staten Island. So I'm gonna do some more research, guys. I do apologize for the shittiness of this. Every single person, the furthest guess away was probably Jay Philly at 21.8 miles. So even at 21.8 miles being the furthest distance, look at the fucking scores. What does that tell you? But I do hope you all enjoyed, even though it's been me complaining this entire time. I swear I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it. But I do hope to see you all next time. We're going to have a better map, I promise. I promise we'll have a better map. So I do look forward to seeing you all then. Have a good rest of your day. And bye-bye.